Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Kimetsu episode 13, right? Yeah, episode 13, Layered Memories. And last episode was so awesome. Tanjiro and Daki are doing that thing over there. He was using what's it called again? Like his the sun breathing technique on her. And it's not really working right now. And then you had Inosuke that went after the demon. You saw another incarnation of Daki, like a smaller version. I don't know, whatever, man. One of the belt was over there, had a lot of people strapped in there, and then Inosuke got in there and then cut some people off, and then those people turned out to be Usui's wives, two of his wives, and Zenitsu. And Zenitsu did a thunderclap and flash or something or other. Awesome. Awesome, amazing moves. And then Usui just dropped in there, and it's like it was so exciting. Last episode was so exciting. So before we get into this one, if you guys have my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/feelme. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. What the heck? What the heck? There was like I just went back because that moment when Tanjiro was basically about to cut her head off at the end there, and then you see little sister, I guess, saying big bro. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I'm like, who's calling out to you? But then he just fell and all that. So when I just went back there and then I saw, I read it properly this time, and it said big bro breathe. So I'm assuming that's one, he has so many brothers and sisters. That's one of his, how many sisters does he have? That's his little sister, and I'm assuming that had he continued with that attack, he would have died. And his little sister was calling out to him and just telling him, yo, breathe or you're gonna die, basically. I think that's what happened in that moment, because I was confused. Like, he was being so amazing and everything, like, and he was about to cut her head off. Probably, unless she comes up with something else and evade it. But in that moment, it seemed like he was about to cut her head off, and then, big bro, and then he just fell, and he kept coughing and coughing and coughing and coughing. And then I'm like over here thinking, okay, Usui, because we saw him and Inosuke and Zenitsu, running towards them. I was assuming. So I'm like, okay, clearly Usu is about to come in and save him. And I completely forgot about Nezuko. And when she just showed up, and just like half of the head was off, man. I'm like, oh my god. And then Daki was like, cut her legs off, cut her arms off. And she was thinking that, he was going to take her forever to regenerate. My girl just stood up. And all her members were like reattached and everything. She regrew them. I'm like, what the heck just happened? And then you saw some kind of flower design thing coming on her body. And then I'm like, is it a new blood art or something or other? But then I started thinking, didn't she already have like a blood art? I'm trying to remember. I think it was episode 19 of the first season when her and Tanjiro teamed up. I think it was the first time that he used something Kagura, like the sun breathing technique, like the dance. It was during that episode. Does she have a Look, I'm really forgetting. I can't remember. But does she have a blood art? And if she does, is this like a second one? What's up with this one? Or is this like her blood art? I don't know. But Daki was afraid. She's like, this kind of ability is like upper rank. My girl was so cool. And then they showed one of their brother that clearly also died. And he was talking about how both Tanjiro and Nezuko were really similar. Like they basically get angry on behalf of other people. They don't particularly care when there's like an injustice or something happening to other people. They get mad, like really mad, and it scares their little brother and everything. And that's what happened when Daki went after all the other parts of her, like rejoined and reattached to her, and she knew that Hashira was present, and she got this boost, and all these people were coming out, and she just unleashed this attack, and a bunch of people died. And the person that came out at first was talking like, I think it was the arm that was cut off or something. And Tanjiro was also hurt and everything. And when he saw all that destruction, and that's when he got really mad. And that's when he got this boost. When he got mad, and then you see blood sort of like pouring into his eyes or something, or I'm like, what's going on with you? Is this an ability that he's awakening or something? And then they showed I don't know. I'm forgetting his name. Rengoku's father. They showed him clearly during the time after he left the house. He was communicating. Excuse me. He was communicating with Tanjiro was communicating with the other son, Sanjuro, I think his name is, and everything. And their father realized how much of a-hole he was, and then he wrote this letter to Tanjiro, basically apologizing and recognizing that he was the one that was in the wrong, that he's lost it ever since he lost his wife. He's been wallowing in self-pity, and Rengoku was able to keep going, and he became a Hashira after reading 3 pages of their flame techniques or something that he took after his mother, and stuff like that. And then he mentioned the fact that the scar, that there's a scar that comes, the people that use the sun breathing technique, they have a scar on their head that basically, when you have that scar, it's like you are, I'm guessing you are destined for greatness or something or other like that. And he's seeing that scar on Tanjiro. He thought it was, the same kind of scar. But then Tanjiro said, nuh-uh. Like, he basically, when he was born, there was no such scar, mark, or anything. And that he got burned. Something happened to him after he tried to save one of his brother or sisters, and then it stayed like that after something else happened. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it wasn't like a birthmark or anything like that. And yeah, but then he got mad, and then he started Daki, and Daki was on the defensive. This episode. Something else happened that I wanted to touch on. I'm forgetting. See. Oh yeah. After she killed everybody, and she was about to leave, And Tanjiro, after he was, did I say Tanjiro at first? Not becoming Inosuke. So when Tanjiro got mad, and then Daki was leaving, and then he used his speed, he caught up with her and basically yanked her back or something or other like that. No, he cut one of her, either a leg or an arm off or something, and she withdrew it. And then Tanjiro started saying these things, and then Daki had this flashback, basically, of, I'm assuming, an ancestor of Tanjiro that also used sun breathing. I'm assuming he's the first, because Daki was like, why is this so familiar? And then he's like, is this Master Muzan's cells? So I'm assuming those are memories that are embedded in Muzan. Those are Muzan's memories, and this person that was in the memory was talking to Muzan in that particular moment, saying those things, and that's probably whatever happened between Muzan and this person. That's why when he saw, I guess, Tanjiro the first time around or something or other, he noticed the earrings, because that person was also wearing the earrings, and he's like telling people to kill Tanjiro, basically. So yeah, and there was also that flashback of Daki and Muzan, where Muzan was telling Daki to kill Nezuko because she got away from her, just as somebody else got away from her. And the other person that I could think of that got away from him was that demon woman that was healing people, right? And that basically told Tanjiro to get the blood of an upper rank demon. That might be a way that they can find a cure for Nezuko. They said the name. I'm trying to see if I... Tamayo. Yeah, Miss Tamayo. Yeah, it is her. So yeah, those are the two people that got away from him, and he wants, I guess, both of them dead. But since I guess he can't find where Tamayo is at this particular moment, so it's like, when you come across Nezuko, kill her. Well, Nezuko, no, it's not gonna be easy. So she just got like super buff and super strong and super regenerative, has some super regenerative powers, and she doesn't even eat human people. She doesn't even eat humans. So I'm like, how the heck are they so strong? Is it like she got a lot of blood from Muzan? Is that why she's so super strong? Yeah. I was still trying to see the comments, but like, you know how some of them are like spoilers, and on Crunchyroll you have to click show spoiler before they can show it. I'm hesitant about doing that in case they're talking about something that's gonna happen in the future. Sometimes they don't. It's just referencing something that happened in this episode, but I don't want to change it. I do want to really do. This episode was awesome. What are these last few episodes so awesome? Like, I love this episode so much, and I have so many questions. So many questions. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to episode 14, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelminute, and you can also see the full length of this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.